Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into an idea that's, well, it's pretty bold. It says you can totally transform your life before you've even had your first cup of coffee. It's all about winning that first hour of the day. And that's the big promise from Sharma's book, The 5 a.m. Club. Own your morning, elevate your life. Sounds simple, right? Almost too simple. But the real question is, how do you actually pull it off? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. Okay, so first things first, let's get the vitals out of the way. This book came out in 2018, and what's really interesting is that it's not your typical self-help manual. Nope. It's actually a fable, a fictional story, which is a pretty unique way to teach productivity. It's really for anyone who feels like they've hit a plateau and are searching for that next gear. So, a fable, you ask? Yeah, instead of just giving you a list of rules, Sharma tells a story. And it's a bit of a weird one, to be honest. It's this big, globe-trotting adventure. Let's get into the setup. So you've got two main characters who are, frankly, at the end of their rope. One's an entrepreneur whose business is failing, the other's an artist who's lost her spark. Then, boom, they randomly meet this super weird, super rich billionaire who basically says, I can fix you. He whisks them off on this whirlwind trip across the planet to teach them the secrets of the greats. And it all kicks off with one pretty extreme morning habit. Okay, so enough about the story. Let's get to the good stuff, the actual system. This is the real meat of the book, the how-to behind the whole philosophy. It's called the 20-20-20 formula. The whole idea is built around what Sharma calls the victory hour. That's the first hour of your day, from 5 to 6 a.m. The idea is that this is your time. It's this quiet, sacred space before the world starts screaming for your attention, before the emails and the notifications start piling up. It's all about using that hour for intentional, focused self-improvement. And he gives you a very clear roadmap for how to do it. And here it is, the 20-20-20 formula, broken down. It's so simple. Your victory hour is split into 3 20-minute chunks. First up, from 5 to 5:20, you move. We're talking intense exercise, something that gets you sweating and really wakes you up. Then from 5:20 to 5:40, you reflect. This is your time for journaling, meditation, or just planning out your day. And the final piece, from 5:40 to 6, you grow. This is all about learning. Read a book, listen to a podcast, study a new skill. Move, reflect, grow. That's the magic formula. Okay, but why? Why on earth would you do all this at 5 a.m.? Is it just about cramming more stuff into your day? According to the book, no, not at all. The real goal is way deeper. It's about building up what Sharma calls your 4 interior empires. So these empires are your mindset, which is your psychology, your heart set, your emotional well-being, your health set, which is your physical health, and your soul set, your spirituality or sense of purpose. And if you look closely, you'll see the 20-20-20 formula is designed to hit every single one of these. The move pocket takes care of your health set. Reflect works on your heart set and soul set. And grow builds up your mindset. The big idea here is that what happens on the outside is just a reflection of what's going on inside. Get your inner world right, and the outer world will follow. Like a lot of self-help books, this one is just jam-packed with memorable, punchy quotes. So let's take a look at 5 that I think really get to the heart of the book's philosophy. First up, victims love entertainment. Victors adore education. Oof, that's a direct hit, right? It's basically saying you have a choice. You can passively consume, endless scrolling, binge watching, or you can actively learn and grow. It's a call to choose growth over distraction. Okay, next one. Health is the crown on the well person's head that only the ill person can see. Wow. That's just a beautiful way of saying, don't take your health for granted. It's the foundation for everything else. You can't build your other empires on shaky ground. I love this one. There's a ton of competition at ordinary, but there's almost none at extraordinary. It's so true, isn't it? Everybody is fighting to be average. But if you push yourself to be truly great at something, you'll find it's a lot less crowded at the top. It's a huge motivator to go beyond good enough. This next quote really ties everything together. Your influence in the world mirrors the glory, nobility, vitality, and luminosity you've accessed in yourself. In other words, your impact on the world is a direct result of the work you've done on yourself. It reframes self-improvement. It's not selfish. It's actually a gift to the world. And finally, this quote, which is actually borrowed from George Bernard Shaw. All progress depends on the unreasonable man. Think about it. A reasonable person just accepts things as they are. But the unreasonable person is the one who says, no, this can be better, and then goes out and changes it. Waking up at 5 a.m.? Well, that's a pretty unreasonable act in today's world, and that's exactly the point. All right, we've talked about the weird story, the powerful formula, and the deep philosophy behind it all. So what's the bottom line? What's our final take on the 5 a.m. club? If you boil it all down, the core message is this: having a structured, disciplined morning routine that focuses on your mind, body, and spirit can totally unlock your potential for both world-class success and real, deep happiness. It's a pretty compelling promise, you have to admit. So let's talk pros and cons. The strengths are obvious. The ideas themselves are super powerful and actionable. That 20-20-20 formula, it's crystal clear and incredibly motivating. But the weaknesses are there too. For some people, that whole fictional story thing is just going to feel, well, a bit cheesy and distracting. You might find yourself wishing he'd just get to the point. And really, that brings us to the final lesson here. Love the story or hate it, the principle of a structured victory hour is a game changer. You can totally ignore the billionaire and the globetrotting and just take the framework. The method itself has incredible value no matter how it's delivered. So for the final grade, we're giving the 5 a.m. Club a solid 7 out of 10. The core ideas are absolutely transformative, but the unique and sometimes clunky story format might not be for everyone. And hey, if this whole idea of owning your morning has you fired up, there are a couple of other books you should definitely check out. James Clear's Atomic Habits is fantastic for the science and the nuts and bolts of habit formation. And if you just want the morning routine stuff without any of the story, Hal Elrod's The Miracle Morning is a super direct nonfiction guide. So we'll leave you with the one big question that this whole book is really asking. Could 1 hour, just 60 minutes at the very beginning of your day, actually change everything? It's definitely something to chew on. Maybe tomorrow morning around 5 a.m.?